That's why you stock Avarice. That's why you stock Avarice. Dalian and Avarice. I knew they'd make a good, there's the sassy hair flip. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka That Villain J, and tonight we have a very special treat for you. Yes, we do. We're doing the Gothy Fae. Yes, I actually really liked my Fairies deck. I ran this back in, geez, what was that thing called? Eldraine. What a fun time that was. I ran a Goth Fairies and Dimir Fairies, and it was really good. Like, it's surprisingly good. And I said, what if we take that from 6 months ago probably, and we update it with some of this new tech that we have right here, throw the Sheoldred in there, do a really, really powerful gain and drain effect. It's really good. It works in Mythic. It is rotation proof. It is alchemy legal, standard legal. It's everything that you want it to be. And of course we have these lovely ethereal girls here, which is nice to see. Before we get down into that, I need you to do something for me, which is, of course, tenderly press that like button, gently press that subscribe button, because if you don't, you will be attacked by the like and subscribe. Yes, you will. You're going to be ripped apart by the like. He's just going to maul you and tear you apart for not liking the video and subscribing to the channel today. Or, you know, if the like button likes you to smash it, smash that too. You can do both. Join us on our stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for live stream of goodness. We would love to have you there live and in person on Twitch. Yeah, really great time on Twitch. We're having a ball on Twitch. We're also on YouTube, so also hit that bell notification button, because you will miss videos and you will miss the go live notifications if you don't have that on YouTube as well. Check out our Discord community for all latest news, information, post your decks, post memes, anything that you want, ask questions. It's there on Discord, and of course this deck and all the other decks that I build are going to be available down below on my AetherHub. So if you want to copy that one, go right down there. So what are we talking about with these Gothy Faes? We're going to go with the Sleep Cursed Fae right here. 1 blue, 3/3, Ward 2 flying. It enters the battlefield with 3 stun counters. So the story of Eldraine is that the Sleep Curse is what saved them, the Phyrexians, but there was a lot of casualties. A lot of other stuff got Sleep Cursed as well. So basically this is a secret card. It kind of just sits there, right? It's slowly, every time that it would untap, you remove a stun counter. So it has to try to untap 3 times. The 4th time it will actually, I think, untap correctly. The thing is you can pay 1 blue to untap it. Now this is very useful. It is a cheap 3/3 flying. Again, you can't use it right away, but you can start trying to get those sleep counters off, waking it up, and doing the things you do. And it will be very useful for the other Fae-centric spells that we have. So this is always a great one to put in there. I think it's an underrated card altogether. And it's hard to kill. Listen, you can't kill it early in the game. And is it worth it? People go, it's Ward 2. I'd have to play, turn 4 to hit my go for the throat on it. That's not worth it. And then all of a sudden it's upon you and things are looking bad. For our removal package, we're going to be going with 2 cut downs right there. And we're going to be going with 2 Bitter Triumphs. Yeah, just simple stuff. I think we got to stop the aggro, and I think we have to kill some of the big guys. There's not too much we can do. There's other ways that we can deal with threats opposed to just direct removal, but I think we're going in a little bit unarmed if we go in without some heavy artillery with at least some cut downs and at least some Bitter Triumphs. I'm not worried about discarding, by the way, too, because I have some tricks for Reanimator as we go. Ego Drain. There are 2 fairy-centric spells from Eldraine that are very, very good that require you to have fairies in play. One of them is Ego Drain, and one of them is Spell Stutter. Ego Drain is 1 black. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card. If you don't control a fairy, exile a card from your hand. So if you don't control a fairy, you have to exile a card. You force them to discard. If you do control a fairy, you just get a 1-drop any discard, a non-land discard. Easy to do if you have some of these cheap fairies into play, which is extremely useful. So yeah, I like to get one. We look at their hand, we see their strategy, and we can ping the best one and get rid of it. Faerie Dream Thief. I like this one too. One black, 1/1 flying. Faerie Dream Thief enters the battlefield. Surveil 1. Surveil means look at the top card. You may put it in your graveyard. Great stuff. And again, we do have some Reanimator, so you may want to do that. If it's something you don't need, or if it's something that you specifically want in there to bring back next turn, go for it. We also have the ability to exile from the graveyard, pay that 1 black and 2. We draw a card and we lose 1 life. Insatiable Avarice. Card draw, kind of important in this deck. And I use this card offensively. This card's best friends is Sheoldred at the top end right there. We love to do both. We really, really like to do both on them. Insatiable Avarice, target player draws 3 cards and loses 3 life. I'll do that even without Sheoldred. If somebody is 3, 2, or 1, that's an instant kill. As a sorcery, we pay 3 black and immediately kill them. We make them lose 3 life. It is kind of like a Black Lightning Bolt, which I really like right there. Or we can search our library for a card, put it on top. We can do that if we know that we're going to draw going in, which we very well might know that we're drawing immediately if we get Italian's Messenger. Anytime we attack, we draw. We could also do it on ourselves. We could draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. And if we have Sheoldred on that, we actually gain 6 life. So we gain 3 life and draw 3 cards. So it's not a bad card to have right here from OTJ. Quickly becoming one of my more favorite cards from OTJ. Just the versatility of it is very useful. Here we have Faerie Mastermind. 1 blue and 1 flash flying Faerie Rogue. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a second card. So if somebody else draws a second card, we draw. And then we can do each player draws a card, meaning I draw a card, they draw a card, and since they drew a second one, I draw another one, which is very cool. Very fun little combination right there. And again, if we do force draw, we can draw a second card as well. There is the Spell Stutter. 1 blue and 1 counter target spell unless it pays 2. Very useful, especially for early to mid game where they're paying usually all of their mana to get something out, or they have to pay 2 and an additional 1 for each fairy we control. That could be up to pay 5, pay 6. That could really get to the point where they just don't have it to lock that out. So a little bit of counter target spell, any spell that's not creature or non-creature spell lock, it's just a lockout. It's just a counter spell. 3 of them should be enough to get where we're going. Here's another OTJ card that I haven't used yet. We already talked about Bitter Triumph. Lively Dirge. There is Gisa doing her thing. Look at her. She's having a great time. She always has a shovel. That's like her thing. 1 black and 1. This is a spree card, so it's always going to cost 1 black and 1. You can pay 1, you can pay 2, or you can pay 3 for both of the effects, basically. So it could be a 3-drop, 4-drop, or a 5-drop, depending on what you want right here. Search your library for a card, put it in your graveyard, and then shuffle. That is useful occasionally, not always. I like to do it when I have the secondary ability, which is what we want. Return up to 2 creature cards with a total mana value of 4 or less from your graveyard to your battlefield. That's a 4 to resurrect a Sheoldred. That's really good. Like, that's a mana value 4 immediately comes back. You pay 4 if Sheoldred dies. You can pay 4 the next turn, which is Sheoldred's mana cost, and immediately get her back. Yeah, and it doesn't come in tapped. It just returns. So that's good. Not only that, we could do something like bringing back an Obira and a Faerie Mastermind. We could bring back 2 cards. We could bring back a Sleep Cursed and Italian's Messenger. Very, very cool stuff. I really like Lively Dirge. Probably one of the cards that I would say, hey, you may want to consider putting another one of those in your sideboard because it is very useful, especially in the removal heavy meta. You can pull off a lot of tricks. Then, of course, you could, like you said, I could search for a card, put it in there, and bring it back. So here is Obira, Dreaming Duelist. We really like her. 1 black and 1 blue. 2/2 Fairy Warrior, flash and flying. Whenever another fairy enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life. Not the gain and drain, just the drain. When we have a lot of cheap fairies like Faerie Dream Thief, Sleep Cursed, when we are bringing stuff back with Lively Dirge, that starts to add up. That does. It absolutely starts to ping, 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 ping. You know, that 1 or 2 life every single turn as we go, plus with whatever we're attacking with, it starts to damage. Don't forget that this has flash, which means you can play it at the end of your opponent's turn, and it will basically essentially have what's that called? Haste, because it comes into play as we control it. As it comes into play on their turn, we start the turn under its control. It doesn't have summoning distance anymore. So it's a very cool way of doing that. Faerie Mastermind has flash too. Don't forget that. Those are fantastic ways to just load up your side, and they're not expecting it. Put a sudden blocker in them. Very useful. Here's Talion's Messenger. Probably one of the better cards in there. It's probably one of the best Fae cards. 1 blue and 2. Faerie Noble, flying 1/3. Whenever you attack with one or more fairies, draw a card, then discard a card. When you discard this card this way, put a 1/1 counter on target fairy you control. So it lets you draw, then that lets you discard. And again, you're saying, well, that's the downside, right? The discard. Remember, be tactical and hold your lively dirge so you can resurrect whatever you're throwing away with Talions. And you get the +1/+1 on somebody else, and it's flying. You're starting to get so evasive and so aggressive in the air that they're going to start losing. All that card draw, there it is, Sheldred. She loves the fairies. They're going to Goth Girl it up together. 2 black and 2 4/5 legendary creature, Phyrexian Praetor, Death Touch. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Do I have to say anything about Sheldred? She is the boss. She is the absolute girl boss of all Phyrexia. Oh, but you're saying, it's Elish Nords. No, it's Sheldred. She's the best, bar none. Insatiable Avarice. Do I have to tell you that forcing somebody to draw 3 cards and losing 3 life is going to make them lose 9 life total if you have Sheldred on the board? Ridiculous. Turn 4 Sheldred, turn 5 Insatiable Avarice. It's very bad. It is very bad for Homie when that happens, okay? It is not good. It is very not good for that. So fantastic stuff right there to combine it, and just all the extra card draw that you're going to have with Fairy Dream Thief or Talion's Messenger. It just goes really, really well onto there. A Fairy Rogue as well. And of course, we're going to finish off with Talion, the Kindly Lord. 1 black, 1 blue, and 2 3/4 Faerie Noble legendary creature, flying as Talion, the Kindly Lord, enters the battlefield. Choose a number between 1 and 10. You're going to want to choose 1, 2, or 3, basically. The way this works is whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to that number, the player loses 2 life and draw a card. This requires a little bit of knowledge on your part. What is your opponent running? Okay, are they running low cheap creatures? Are they running more expensive stuff? Try to time it, but you'll get 3 options, which is of course power, toughness, and card cost. And if they hit any one of that, if any of the number is like 2 or 3, guess what? That player loses 2 life and you draw a card. When you draw a card, you gain 2 life. And guess what else? Forcing that life loss on top of the Oberud life loss, it starts to add up. It really, really gets ugly very quickly. Very, very cool stuff right there. That is what happens. I really like this deck. It's very fun, and I'm having success with it in Mythic. I don't think I need that many. I think 7 islands, 8 swamps, Dark Slick, Underground Cavern, Underground River, Cavern of Souls. Choose Phyrexian, choose Fae, or Fairy. That's what we're going to look at. It is alchemy legal, it is standard legal, it is both, which means that it is rotation proof. 21 creatures altogether, 18 of them fairies, a little bit of Phyrexians, a little bit of everything else. 7 instant, 8 sorceries, 24 lands altogether. Probably don't even need that many lands because it's only a 2.0 average. Maybe you could even take out a land. Maybe you could take out a land. Pretty evenly distributed here. Yeah, you could take out one and throw something else in here. You could throw something whatever you want. I don't know, another cut down or something like that. As far as the sideboard goes, we'll take a look at it here. I think I've laid it out for you. I showed you before. 3 Steps Ahead is not a bad one to throw on there. Not a bad one. That's a counter spell and a make a duplicate creature, or draw 2 cards depending on what mana you have. I know people are going to leave a comment saying, hey, how come not 3 Steps Ahead? That's card draw and counter spell. It's in there. Sideboard it. Maybe another cut down from removal. Maybe another Bite or Triumph. And another Lively Dirge. Lively Dirge might be the X factor to keep this thing going. Lively Dirge, 3 Lively Dirges. Maybe we take out that cut down, and maybe we add more Lively Dirges in, believe it or not, to be a 1 less thing for all that resurrection, because of the heavy removal that we're going to do. Bringing everything back, bringing all these cheap cards back pretty effectively, even some of the bigger ones pretty effectively, that cycle of life and death, that's really going to be our ally right there. So could be the X factor, could be the deciding factor. Gisa could help us a lot there. Really good, fun deck. I really like it. Let's get into it, guys. We're only a couple more days of Mythic left, so hope you're enjoying these Mythic tier decks. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this one. I love to hear from you. I try to respond. I read every comment. I try to respond to all of them as well, as best as I can. So it's a great way to get in touch. Here we go into Mythic Rank Alchemy. I'm playing in the Alchemy queue, even though it's a standard deck. You're allowed to do that. Let's get into it, boys. make sure to like the video. I haven't done Fae in a while. You know? I really like Fae, and there's a couple of new additions that make Fae particularly good. Even though this guy goes first. Almost the end of the season. We're not going to have very many mythic decks left. Sleep Curse Fae. Very hard to get rid of. We can hit Dream Thief. Follow that up by Ego Drain. If he doesn't do a forced sacrifice. If he does a forced sacrifice, I'm in trouble. Typhoid Rats. Nope, that's not it. Black Sun's Twilight. Wind Reader Sphinx. I think that Creature of the Schism needs to go away. Oh, Voldarin Desecrator. Pretty good. Can you hear me all right? Am I coming in? Ground control to Major Tom. Okay. We're gonna surveil one. Yeah, I'll take a blue. So that's flash, so I really don't actually need to put that in. Because I do kind of want to spell stutter out this guy right here. We playing fairies. We got a couple of new fairy crimes, you know. Archfiend, nah, you can't play that on me. That ain't for you, bro. That ain't for you, bro. It ain't never been for you. Draw. Okay. Sounds good. Good. Alright, no blocks. I'll take the one. I don't care about the one. We do that. We do that. We go meow. We go bango. He's probably going to play removal on us. Fairies are well known for meowdy meowdy. Oh, lurking like a stalking butler. Something but the past is done. Mother Mary Moji Whisper. Something but the past is done. Dee 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 Deenie. Deenie. I hope he does the extra card. Because I have that. Lively Dirge. Alright. Meowdy, 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 meowdy. Deenie. 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 He's probably going to cast Black Sun's Twilight, perhaps. Perhaps. He has to pay a grand total of 6 to get a. He eventually thought he could press the advantage. I'm going to take that damage. Meowdy. Boom, boom, boom. This is an instant. It is an instant. Force draw. Boom. Ego drain. Boom. We're going to try that. in. We're gonna go. And we're gonna end the turn. I think he's pretty boned here. No matter what he plays, I'm gonna counterspell it. Is he gonna go in? He's gonna swing on me? Swing on me, bing on me. Yeah. S's. No thank you, S's. I appreciate the offer of losing a Magic game, and I'm gonna go ahead and say no thank you. I appreciate. Fairies are powerful, guys. I'm telling you. Dimir ain't no joke. I used to be a Dimir main. Way back in the day. Dark Slick. Actually, legit not a bad hand. I need to draw a I need to draw a mana, but if I draw a mana or two, I think I'll be in like Flynn there. Sleep Curse Faerie. Sleep Curse Faerie. Banger card, by the way. I'm surprised it doesn't see more fucking play for real though. Like, pretty fucking solid one. Not easy to get rid of, and when it's ready to go, it's ready to go. They sneak up on you because you're like, oh shit, it's ready. That's like fucking pizza rolls. I don't really do mill. I haven't done mill in a while. Oh, he's criming. He's heisting, slicing. No sense being nicing. Criminal activity. Yeah, they made a white fairy, and they also made Kellen. He's a fae, and he's like fucking Naya. No, he's fucking Bant. He's a Bant fairy. Heist your deck, Ulu. What did you get? Oh, I got a land. Very nice. We're gonna hold steady for that sweet, sweet spell stutter. Well, I mean, he technically is. That's his subtype is Fae. Oko's his dad. He's Oko's son. Spoiler alert. He's half Fae, half human, I believe. I'm only human, after all. I'm going to make him Fae Harry Dresden. Indeed. I don't think this guy knows what ward is. Yeah, he does not. He does not, in fact, know what ward is. Harry Dresden. Oh, I knew you were a man of culture. Cookies. Harry Dresden's fucking goated, dude. I haven't read the new books. I kind of got burned out of them because I read a whole fucking series twice. And then Jim Butcher was kind of having interpersonal problems, and I was like, I'm gonna leave that alone for an issue for a little while. My man got divorced and remarried in like the time between books. Good morning, guys and ghouls. And I'm like, yeah, that one's gonna come out a little weird. Dresden Files, fantastic. Love that series. One of my favorite series of all time. I'll take it. We got Talion in there. We will put down Cavern of Souls. Surveil. Peace Talks and Battlegrounds. Yeah, those are the ones I missed. Flying Flash. I did make it to... Oh, I made it way past changes. I got to White Knight and all that other stuff. Yeah, I made it past changes. I got to Death Rights. I got pretty far. Faerie. Oko. Obira, Dead But Dreaming. Reprieve, as suspected. Wabango. Oh yeah, I read the book 16. The one I haven't read is the one where the final invasion of Fomor come in or whatever. The Battle for Chicago or whatever the fuck it's called. Dang. Dang. Gotta get rid of her. You're trying to do something. Italian. Look what you made me. Boom. Island. Discard a card. We will get rid of... Want to get rid of Avarice? We'll get rid of Avarice. Get up. Alright. Dragonlance. Yeah, I had a buddy who was really into Dragonlance. Exile. Very nice. Put down Obira, Dead But Dreaming. Draw. Discard. Oh no, he said no thank you. Wow, another guy just noping out at it. I love when they nope out. They're just like, nah, I'm good, fam. I'm good, fam. Serious British. Is that the Rivers of London? I didn't really like that. I read a couple of into them. I used to be a voracious fantasy reader. Like, you couldn't give me enough fantasy books to read. And honestly, I read most of the good stuff. Like, literally, I read my way through everything. Like, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel. Favorite book series all time, I'll tell you right now. Terry Pratchett. Discworld is, bar none, the best fantasy series ever written. No holds bar, absolutely, unapologetically the best fantasy series ever written. That's kind of what I did. I read pretty much every urban fantasy out there, and then didn't really get much farther than that. Not a great opener. I'm gonna mull that. You know, I don't want to mull again. And Ops on the play, so I read through some a good deal of the genre, and I found them to be kind of boring. Song of Shannara, Sword of Shannara. I didn't read that. I got the prequels, and then I never read them, where it's like Still Earth or whatever, and it takes place in Oregon, and it's like slowly turning into fantasy world or whatever. I didn't get through those. I think I bought them and was like, I'm tired of this. Yeah, Shannara. I've read Magic Kingdom for Sale. I've read all the Terry Pratchett. I've read Dragonlance. I've read Forgotten Realms, Icewind Dale trilogy, Dritstord, and Baldur's Gate, and what else have I read? I already know this one. This. Boom. Just gotta stick a couple good creatures. Yeah, well, at least get some Oh, he's got his version right here. Okay. We're gonna swing in. There's the Kindly Lord. Two. We'll choose 3, 2. Two seems like an important number. Yeah. Boom. Two is pretty good because most removal is 2. You don't want to fucking play that. Okay. He wants to play removal. It's gonna. Oh, the Oblatussi. Look at that. Beautiful. Boom, boom. Let's play that. Auto bang. Search your library. We will put in the Sleep Cursed. We'll put in Italian's Messenger and Sleep Cursed Face. Submit 4. Boom. Swing in. We will get rid of Obi Red, Dead but Dreaming. Hit. Lively Dirge. I'm surprised I haven't got to it yet. I'm surprised I haven't got to it yet. He's doing something here. He's doing something bad. Oof. Oof. Okay. Necrogen. Oh! There's the Necrogen. Alright, so what we want to do here is this. And this. No, wait, I think I should have fucked that up. I should have done it differently, because now his Sheldred's gonna kill me, I think. He's... Oh, no, yeah, he's indestructible. Wait, hold on. Game, boom, boom, boom. Yep, there you go. My turn, and I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead off the draw right there. Didn't hit any of my removals, unfortunately. Yeah, Shelly will kill you. Yeah, I mean, no matter what, he had it on the board. It didn't really matter what I blocked, because he had an indestructible, so the Shelly would have got me regardless. I mean, he had also an obliterator. Unfortunately, he played, what, 3 or 4 removals off the jump, which, you know, I can't do anything about that. I didn't have my counter spells ready to go. Sometimes they just pummel you. So, oh my goodness, cookies. Removal, what's that? Just play. Hey, what's up, Iron Fist? F you, Lewis. How you doing? F you, Lewis. Still rolling from that didn't know ward moment. Yeah, didn't know what ward was. How did he get to Mythic without knowing ward? I don't know. Margaret Weis, Trigger Him, and a Good Writer is a good series. Stormlight Archive, of course I've read Stormlight Archive. What do you take me for? A barbarian? Good sir. Love Stormlight. I haven't read the 3rd one yet. I read the first 2. But I haven't read the 3rd one yet. I will read the 3rd one. It will happen. Yes. I had someone scoop today because they learned you can't use Smuggler Surprise to blow out removal. What is Smuggler Surprise? What the fuck is Why am I tripping? I know what Smuggler Surprise is. What does that mean to blow out removal, though? What do you mean by that? Like, they tried to... I don't understand. Some of my brain. My brain! They learned you can use Smuggler's Knives to blow out removal. As in, they didn't do it properly? I'm a little confused. Oh, yeah. People don't know that. Yeah, people don't know that. Yeah, legit, people do not know that that is something you can do. Boom. What is this VTuber skin? I'm doing goth girls tonight, so I gotta be a goth girl, you know what I mean? You get it. I'm doing goth Fae. I think he's the only man in my deck. Everything else is female or Fae. I mean, don't Fae kind of count as female enough? Not this guy. This is Yuta Takahashi. Oh, he's going for the smash cut right there. I will remember you. Hey, Mastermind. Boom. Jiggle. Oh, yeah, I got jiggle physics and everything. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Human. All right, what's he going to do? He's probably going to smack down something monstrous and blow me out. But maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. The 5th Stormlight book's going to come out. God, skibbity gat. I'm fucking 3 behind then. I've read the first 2, and I got Oathbreaker. Oathbringer? Oathbreaker? And I started it and I got bored, and then because I just binged too much Stormlight at once. And I was also kind of getting tired of him starting new stuff without ever closing anything else. I know it's supposed to be a grand epic, but I mean, geez, man, like almost nothing got fucking resolved. Like, just resolve something. Just resolve one thing for me. That's all I want, man. Resolve one thing. Yeah, I just... Oh, he's gonna Vokes. That is surprising that he's gonna Vokes. If I'm trying to get into a fantasy series, what's good? I would start with Lord of the Rings. I think that's gonna give you a nice, solid base to work off of. I think that's really gonna be... I know it's pretty pedantic to kind of say Lord of the Rings, but yeah, I mean, it's the all-time classic for a reason, man. You know, he is gonna pummel me here. It's Faerie. 3 black. I don't have 3 black to play. I search your library for a card, shuffle, and put it on top. So. Tanuki, 43 months. Look at that. The nukes. Oh, Iomedane's on top of everything else. Look at that. Brutal. Brutal. Brutal hit right there. Not much you can do about that. Boom, 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 boom. Wouldn't have really mattered. Boros Convoke's probably one of the strongest, probably one of the strongest decks out there right now. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's a great place to start. It's a little old-fashioned, it's a little dense, but man, does he know how to weave a world. It's a little bit different from the movies, and if you have trouble with it, you know, watch the movies and you can kind of get it. You can kind of get a foothold of what you're doing. But he's the Godfather, man. When we're talking about orcs, magic, fantasy, wizards, knights, cavalry charges, grand cities, ancient lore, he just is modern fantasy. Like he just, it all fucking exploded out of his head like fucking Athena exploding out of fucking Zeus. Like it's wild at how much shit that, you know, is just in there. Nelf the Rat. Oh, mono red. Boom. Obi-Wan Dead but Dreaming is not bad. No, it's a fantastic series, and I definitely recommend it for sure. After that, it depends what kind of fantasy you want to go to after that. Do you want urban fantasy? Do you want something like, you know, modern day fantasy? Do you want something more in the line of Lord of the Rings? Comedic fantasy, you know? Reckless Lackey. Let's put down... You don't need that. Discard a card, kill them. Get rid of that. Malazan Empire is a little bit too complicated. I wouldn't go to there. That's probably my only recommendation. Don't do Malazan Empire. You might hear that recommended as being amazing, wonderful fantasy. It is unbelievably boring and complex until it isn't. Until it gets to the point where it's not insanely boring and complex, it's a rough suggestion. Mistborn is really good. Yeah, I would call that more steampunk fantasy. That's kind of a little bit steampunk-esque. You know, there's some like technology, and it's more like Dark City-ish. Yeah. Discworld is always great. Witcher is hard to get into. I'll be honest. Yeah, Witcher's one of those series that you gotta want it. Let's choose one. No attacks. Yeah, Malazan is very good. I would never read Malazan again. That's what I can tell you. I would never read Malazan Empire again. It was an extremely enjoyable, and I liked it a lot. I would never in my life ever read that series ever again. Other series I have read multiple times. So, you know. Era 2 is more steampunky, but he was pulling in that direction already. It's a little bit more modern. You don't really have forests and elves and everything else. Yeah. But anything Brandon Sanderson, you're gonna get. I mean, the guy knows how to write. Like, let's fucking be serious here. You know what I mean? The guy can write. All right. Let's do that. Fae. Insatiable avarice. Let's do. I got another mana. That sucks. Is it spicy? No, oh my god. Book talk and its consequences. Book talk and its consequences. Have been a disaster for society. Okay, let me tell you about Rothfuss. I got beef with Rothfuss. I got big beef with Rothfuss. I would not recommend it to anybody. I'm gonna come straight out and say it. He's never gonna finish it, dude. He's never gonna finish it. It is floridly written. People love it, and you're kind of sucked into the world. He world builds like a real, like, just amazingly. But bro, that series, no. It's never gonna happen. It's Jover. It's never been more Jover with him. He's never gonna finish that series ever in 1,000 years. Two. Let's choose two. It is okay. It is well written, but it is so. How do I say it? He just. I don't know. I don't really know how to say it. I don't know. I read all of them. I read the ones that he wrote, and I read the other ones, and I don't quite know what to say about Rothfuss. Other than, you know, sassy hair flip. Oh, it's taking bad damage here. Goblin. Okay, so we put down this. Yeah, we got him. We got him, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's why you stock Avarice. That's why you stock Avarice. Talion and Avarice. I knew they'd make a good, there's the sassy hair flip. I don't want to spoil Name of the Wind. It's good. You'll get some enjoyment out of it, but it's like George R.R. Martin. I would try George R.R. Martin. Game of Thrones is not a bad series. Again, that one's never going to get finished either. So, you know, you got to take them with the good, with the bad. The Gunslinger. Stephen King's The Gunslinger. That's more of a steampunk fantasy. Gunslinger is just its own thing. That's very good, though. It is a really good book. I love The Gunslinger. That is just prime. That shit is just grade A prime book right there. It's a big boy series. What's up, Vorpal? I do like Eyes of the Dragon, and that's in the Gunslinger. I'm glad you brought that up, F.E. Lewis. That's in the kind of in the Gunslinger's world. I mentioned Dark Tower. Oh, Demovia. Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah, one of my favorite series of all time, and it's hard for me to even call that fantasy. It's just, I mean, the shit's just fucking literature, man. It's just good. It's just good, man, you know? Let's do that. I bet he's trying to heist me, isn't he? Down in the streets, they call it murder. get rid of Magna Ward, but you shouldn't even have that. Oh yeah, that book has like a spell woven into it, and you will just feel things forever after it just everything is changed about you. It's wild. Murder, deadly cover up. I don't think you should have the ring. Yeah, it's a wild book, man. Like Gunslinger, the second book was boring. You didn't like oh, somebody else doesn't know what ward is. Somebody else did not know what ward. We got a lot of non-ward knowing guys tonight. Yep. Okay. That's 2 people not knowing ward. What's the ward counter? Somebody keep the ward counter up. Is it that strange of an ability that nobody knows what it is? Is it that mysterious? It is almost time for another trip up the tower. It is almost time. Let's get some hype, guys. Hair flip hype. The 2-0 ward. Any ward knowers? Hey, what's up, Tomik? Hollow. How did I say hi? Hollow Alone. Demovia, what's up? Name of the Wind. Yeah, he can be difficult. Ooh. Honestly, legit, I might try it against Scooper here. I might try his ass. We might go 3-0 with the ward not knowers. Like, it has like a glowing shield on it. I figured that some people would be like curious as to what that even meant. Why there's like a weird glowing matrix on this guy. But I guess people are supremely uncurious about it. Scooper is just looking at me. He's just staring at me. Just looking at me. Yeah, we're just sitting here. Just a couple of guys sitting here, you know? We're just a couple of guys. I know if I'm ever impressed in a tall tower, I'm going to ask... Imprisoned in a tall tower, I'm going to ask for a napkin with every meal. I don't get it. What's that a reference to? Is that making a napkin rope? Is that what that is? I think it's napkin rope. That Azorius stare. Blue. Ozolith. Hit. Boom. F you, I don't... what is that? It sounds so familiar. I was playing him Historic Angel Area and shield counters were working on people too. Yeah. Some of those rare mechanics, people just don't know what they are. They just don't expect them. There's Bristly Bill. Should we counter Bristly Bill? Let's put him in the trash. He don't need to be out there. He's busy, man. He don't need to do stuff. There's Cut Down. We'll play Faerie Mastermind. Swing in. Boom. One napkin thread a day. Oh, that's right. I that jogged my brain. That jogged my brain, and it was hitting. I read Eyes of the Dragon like, jeez, what do I want to say? Like 20 years ago, probably. You know. Oof. Thank you, Mr. Cthulhu. Jeez, you guys never compliment me when I've got a boy avatar. When I've got a vampire dude, I don't get any compliments. Only when I have this luscious goth girl. Such a shame. Lively dirge. Dead but dreaming. Inquisitive prodigy. I could actually bring back a little bit here. I'm going to go for it. You did not call my model cute. I tried Wheel of Time. That's one I couldn't get. Wheel of Time was just... I couldn't do it. I tried and tried with Wheel of Time. Nothing was there, man. That was just a black hole. Insatiable avarice. We don't need that. Yeah, I tried. Yeah. I couldn't. I got maybe 100, 200 pages in. And I was really struggling. Could have been that I was just coming off Malazan, but could have been a lot of things. Bushwag. Bushwag. I hope in Free Strider Lookout goes in. Boom. Yeah, he did do this Free Strider Lookout. Boom. And he's good. He's out of there. Fantastic. I think he knew what was coming. Take that, Simic. Stupid Simic. A lot of people like it, and my buddy Solo was like a die-hard Wheel of Time fan. He was always trying to get me to read it and talk about it, and he was like such a die-hard Wheel of Time fan. The new Reach animation, the arrow, yeah, some people still don't get it, Nukes. Some people have still fallen for it. We're having a fun night tonight because people don't know what Ward is. Apparently Ward is unknown technology. We're going to leave this one right here for tonight, guys. The Gothy phase. Yeah, they did it. Very fun with a couple of the new OTJ cards. Really giving a new spice to those phase, especially when we have a Lively Dirge and Insatiable Avarice, which frankly, I love playing with Shelter. It's so much fun. So a lovely little Dimir Faerie Goth Girls. For your pleasure right there. I hope you like that. I hope you like this one, and I hope you like the video. I've been Jay Villain, and you've been great.